Welcome to Competency 17 Practice Test Questions, Part 4 of 5. Number 13. A popular national newspaper asked its readers to indicate the number of minutes per week that they did leisurely reading. The result from thousands of readers showed a mean of 32 minutes and a standard deviation of 4.2 minutes. A random group of 36 of these readers is selected. What is the probability that the sample mean will be less than 31 minutes? Okay, less than 31 minutes. Okay, we've got some things going on here. All right, one is, let's look at the information. We're talking about minutes. Minutes are continuous, so we know that's continuous. Continuous information, meaning no adjusting on the 31, so we can leave it as is when we go to calculate. Second thing, let's look at the standard deviation. Why do you think they're giving us a standard deviation and then a population number? Okay. All right. What we need is the area under the curve, but we're going to punch it in and make an adjustment to this sample. That's why when they give us a random sample of a population, we need to adjust the information. Okay, so we have second bars 2, because that would be a CDF, because this is not exact information. There's our lower. Okay, our upper needs to be that 31. Our mean is the 32. Now we adjust our standard deviation. Okay. All right. And that means divide. You put in your given sample deviation. We don't have the population deviation. All we have is a sample, okay, of a smaller group of the from the large population, okay? So we have mixed information. We must adjust. So we take that 36 and we plug it in as is. And that gives us, when we round, option D. Sometimes when you just look at what they gave you, you can kind of figure out, hey, this is what I need, right? If you didn't understand any of that, probably need to go and do some more studying. Okay, among the thousands of banks in the United States, it is estimated that 60% of them changed. Oh, that should be charged. Charge a service fee for customers who maintained a checking account in a random sample of 100 banks. What is the probability that more than 70 of them will charge this fee? Okay, let's look at all these things going on. The first thing I want you to notice is they gave you a percentage. Okay, so you know that you will have to do some kind of a calculation that requires that. And we have a sample number that N is 100. And what did they actually ask the bank? Logically, did they ask them for a value? The amount of money in the accounts? The amount of time that they were charging it? Was it months or no? They asked, did you or did you not? Yes or no question. That is a binomial situation. Remember, that's only success or trial, yes or no, true or false. That's Mr. Bernoulli. Very famous family. You can look them up when you think you have time. So that means we need alpha apps. Here we go. How many trials do we have? See, and also too, you got to ask yourself, why did they tell me how many people were in the sample? There's a reason. There's got to be a reason for everything. So then we have the 60%. Now, what are we measuring against? The 70. Okay. Now, we're not done. We haven't finished when we get this. Okay. What is that 98%? That's everything that is under the 70. That information is from 1 to 70. Okay. Under the curve. Okay. What do we need to do? We need to subtract that value minus that value, whatever that is. So we need to do 1 minus. 1 minus. Go up and capture it. Bring it down. There we go. And when we round, we get a reasonable value. Number 15, 200 owners, 200 of food stores were asked how many customers they have per day. The results showed that a mean of 75 and a standard deviation of 6. What is the 98% confidence interval for the number of customers per day in food stores? Okay. This obviously, because the words 98% confidence interval, that implies the test. Remember, we had Z test, T test, and we had the Z interval and T interval, and that is under stats, arrow over to tests. And if you remember, there's really so many, limited amount of buttons that we used over and over again in this particular competency. Okay, we don't want the Z test. We want number 7 because we're doing an interval. Remember, we're not using data at this point. We're using stats. Your test might give you a question with data, and you would have to enter that in the L1, L2. Okay, now let's see. We have our standard deviation of 6, enter, and our mean of 75, enter. 200 people. Now, notice that it says 0.9. That's because even if I put that in, the calculator takes it out. Enter again. Don't push again. I make that mistake a lot. Okay. All right. And it says, okay. Oh, you know what? I put in 90. Let's go back. It's supposed to be 98. I was thinking that what was in there was correct, and it is not. This is why we check our numbers. 0.98. Always double check. Look again. If you see a mistake come up, there we go. It's D. Now, let's go on to 16. The manager of an auto body shop timed 10 of his employees on the time it took them to rotate and balance 4 tires on a car. Their average time was 28 minutes with a standard deviation of 3.3 minutes. What is the 95% confidence level for the true average time for changing? Okay, typo. Okay, for changing and balancing 4 tires, assume the population is normally distributed. They have to do that when we're doing a sample in this situation and we have a low uh, sample value of 10. Okay, and that is going to clue us in. Number 16 is very much like 15, but instead of using the Z interval, we use the T interval. Okay, so let's go ahead and back out, even though we probably don't have to, but let's do it anyway. Okay, here we are. We need number 8 because of the small size. Still working on stats. But for this, okay, we have a 10, 28 minutes. And, well, nope. Oh, deviation goes first, 3.3. No, that's our mean. What am I doing? That's on the other one. 28. Okay, 3.3. There we go. Double checking those numbers. And we only have a, okay. Delete, delete, delete. Now, there we go. We have 10. Now, what is our confidence level 0.95? Double check here before oh yeah, see? Good thing we're just punching, okay, just punching buttons and not doing tons of calculations over and over. Okay, now, not touching anything. Let's see what we get. We get a 25. Okay, looks like everything matches wonderfully. Perfect. Don't even have to worry about any rounding or anything. That will be C. Okay, this is the last question for part 4. Uh, very soon, part 5 will be up in just a bit. And I thank you so much. Could you do me a favor if you like what you've seen so far? Could you give us a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to our channel? Thank you so much.